Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. We are here on Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmahana Kwanzaa to all of you. And, of course, a happy Festivus for the rest of us. I'm trying to cover all of my bases. Whatever the case, I hope you're having a great day and a great weekend. And we are here just literally chilling because it's the holidays and we got toys and yeah we got lots of retro toys, right? And so Retrobot is feeling very, very good. I am wearing one of my presents. Wait a minute here. Let me put this in view. So for those of you who are fans of Die Hard, there we go. Now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho, which is yeah, that's probably my favorite Christmas movie. Maybe Gremlins is up there as another favorite Christmas movie, but you know, I think that Die Hard has it. Yeah, the original Die Hard, excellent Christmas movie because it's about family. That's what I find about it. It's a touching movie about family. Sort of in the same way that Home Alone is considered a family movie. It's very violent. You know, they always packaged it as this sweet family tale about, and actually it's just, you know, slapstick plucky humor where a kid beats the living hell out of bumbling burglars. And honestly, it's the fantasy that every kid has had, like at least every male kid. I don't know if girls are usually wired the same way, but young boys always want to be the hero of the family, and that movie just taps into that directly. You know, maybe girls also wanted that too. I don't know if that is a condition, like a thing that we're conditioned to want, or is it just kind of bred in us? Is it nature or is it nurture? We ask these deep, probing questions here on Retrobot. You seem unconvinced. Okay, actually, we talk a lot about toys. Yes, we do. So, getting with the discussion of toys, first, let's pull out the drinking word. All right, because I always forget to do the drinking word, and I don't know where everybody else is located, but here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we've had a lot of... Oh, wait a minute. Here, I have to turn on the light because, you know, it makes a big difference when the light is on. We've had a lot of this. And I typically kind of hate this, but I will make allowances for this once a year. And today is it. So, since it has been snowing all day today, then I will drink and toast to having a rare, but it makes Monica happy, and you know what, if it makes her happy, then I'm happy. A toast to snow. And while we're at it, let's give a toast to all of you who have joined me here on Christmas to talk about toys. A toast to Machiavellic. Welcome and Merry Christmas. And to Kyoji, of course, Kyoji, Merry Christmas. Joy. Joy to the world. It's Christmas something something something. And to Tie Guy. Oh, Tie Guy. You know, if you had a TIE fighter and you could just swoop in? Would you see Santa's sleigh? And would you shoot it down? These are the questions. Tie Guy, happy holidays! And by the way, this is delicious. Just so you know, this is delicious. And Brick, oh, Brick, special thanks to Brick. We're going to show you how well Brick has treated us this year very shortly. And Collie D, Collie, thank you so much. You are awesome, and we have special thanks for you too. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas Kwanzaa. And Mike Spicer, oh my gosh, Mike Spicer. Oh wait, yeah, Mike Spicer. Happy Hanukkah, Mike Spicer, because for you it is Hanukkah. And Grayscale. Oh, it's good to see you, Grayscale. Thank you for joining us on Christmas Kwanzaa. And I am especially grateful. I haven't put this in the credits yet, but I have to put the link to this 8-bit version of Weird Al's most amazing Christmas carol, A Christmas at Ground Zero. You know, this brings back memories. Specifically, it brings back memories of Dawn and I on the roof of my kitchen, shoveling snow off of the kitchen, singing this song to the neighborhood. And then later that spring, my mom having to redo the roof on the kitchen because it was leaking, and we may have been stomping around a bit, you know, because, you know, I mean, this is a banger. So, yes, there, oh, I said snow, didn't I? I said snow, so, so, let's go ahead. Also, you know what? A toast to you, Monica, the lovely Monica, of whom without Monica I could do none of this. So, and a toast to you, Retrobot, because if you weren't here, that's right, we wouldn't really need to be doing this to feed you. But it's a lot of fun, so, you know, it works out for everyone. Oh gosh, that's is that a mojito, or it's something? It's orangey. It tastes like a creamsicle. It tastes like an orange creamsicle, and I think it's got alcohol in it, and I can't taste any of it, which means that it's great. So yes, we've got that. I wanted to. I don't see Hope here yet. No Hope. And no Colleen. Well, let me know if Hope jumps on, because Hope treated us very well this Christmas, and she deserves a shout out and a thank you. But Brick is here, and for those who don't know, Brick equals Dawn, Dawn equals Brick. They are the same. So I wanted to kind of show off what. Oh. And I've still got the footage. I haven't edited it yet, which seems to be the story of my life lately. But Dawn and I exchanged Christmas presents this year, and Dawn got me these. Okay, I've got the hardcover and the soft cover of the Transformers Legacy artwork book. And this is beautiful. I've actually had this next to my chair in my living room, and I've just been thumbing through it. It has pretty much all of the artwork. Wait, here, let's get to the artwork. It's not sure. Oh, wait. No. This is, okay, sorry, wrong book. This is the one. So this has all of the artwork from the packages of all the Transformers lines all the way through Transformers Generation 1 and Generation 2 into you know, even some of the Japanese stuff. So you know, this is just, this is pretty much somebody taking liquid nostalgia and loading it into a printer and then putting it on pages. So you know, here you go. This should give you a good charge. How's that? Oh yeah, yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay, don't overload, pal. Don't overload. And then, you know, of course, we've got the hardcover of that, which is beautiful, and so we can thumb through the soft cover, and if we need to scan or take pictures, we don't feel bad if we fold the crease, but this one we do not do that with. And then we've also got this one, which is just a complete guide of all the Transformers from the Gen 1 line, and it shows their parts, it gives their bios. It has prices in there, but honestly, if you're looking at a paper price guide, that gives you a ballpark. But if you ever want to know the real value right now of something in your collection, find an auction on eBay for that item, one that has already expired, and just see what it sold for, because that's really what it's worth. You know, what people will pay is what it's worth, and the prices go up and the prices go down all the time. But since I never sell my toys, I don't have to worry about the prices anyway. Oh, and Collini is here! A toast to Collini! Merry Christmas, Collini! And we had special thanks for Collini, because didn't she get you the Animal Crossing thing? The thing. Wait, here, we're gonna show the thing. So we got she very, very generously got us Disney Shadowed Kingdom. You know, trying to hold it by that part so that you could see it. Oh, you stay out of this. So wait here. I was trying to. There's. She gave us a box that doesn't open, but it's a very nice box. Here we go. Okay, so. This is a card game, and it's got some very, very, very nice cards. We haven't played it yet, and that's my fault, because I have been spending all of my time not quite finishing Monica's Christmas present, which we'll show that. We'll show that. But that is very, very cool. And I'm looking forward to that. And here, I'll set that over there. And then also, she got Monica an Animal Crossing Switch case. This is a Switch case, right? And so it has slots for all of her stuff. When I saw this, okay, wait here. So the Switch, the Switch, you just kind of shove the Switch in right like that, and it fits in just like that. I guess you have to take the controllers off. But nonetheless, it matches, and that's what's important, because we've got the Animal Crossing controllers, and now we've got the Animal Crossing case. Honestly, when I saw this, I kind of thought it was Tupperware, and you know, just very nice zipper-bound Tupperware, and you'd be able to store your weed in there. So, here, I'll set this down around there. And also, wait. So, Brick also got us, this one was for Monica, being an Aliens fan, the Aliens Super Set, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, we've got several different kinds of xenomorphs that represent different xenomorphs from different movies, and some hapless victims, and some power armor. So that is pretty great. And you can see this, and I'll tell you what, this power armor screams kit bash me. It really does. Like this is cool. Okay, it is cool. It's a repaint of power armor that they had in the cores, but it's still, you know, it's still alien-esque enough where it's like, you know, if you want power armor for a figure, you got power armor for a figure. But it could be improved, and that may happen at some point. You know, we will see. And if not, it's still cool because you can put your figures in there. You know, it actually, you know, you can put the figures in there. So that is very, very cool. So a huge thank you to Dawn and to Colleen, because you guys are fantastic and we love you, and you have been very good to us. So thank you very, very much. We love you, and we can't wait to see you again when people actually start seeing each other again. So I mentioned that I've been working on Monica's present. This is this is a model of the M41A Pulse Rifle from Aliens, and so Monica and I, probably about a month and a half, about 6 weeks before Christmas, I was asking her, you know, what do you want? I never know what to get Monica, and you know, sometimes I've pulled out some good wins, but it kind of stresses me out every year. and so, you know, this year I'm just like, I have no idea what to get you this year. I'm just. And she said, well, there is this place where I can order a bunch of rapid prototyped parts that they come in pieces, and then you glue them together and it makes this. And so, and if you would be willing to build that would be a great present. And it's like, okay, if that's what you want, sure. And so we get these, you know, all of these, and what they did was they took a 3D model of the Pulse Rifle in its entirety, and they just cut it into sections. That's you know, it's just printed out in sections. It wasn't engineered for assembly. Ideally, you just glue together those sections, do some sanding, some painting, and you have a plastic replica of the gun, and it came with a cute little fake LED screen that you could glue on, and the, you know, and that's what it is. It's a rapid prototype thing. Well, you know, I can't leave it at that. I cannot give my wife an M41 where it's just a solid model that you can't even use the pump action. I mean, what fun is that, right? Right. So we also bought an airsoft version of one of the guns that the original props for the movie was made from, and I spent a lot of time, you know, doing stuff, and so I have converted the airsoft mechanism. Yeah, I did a lot, and I turned it into something where now you can cock it, and then you can have a Nerf dart in there, and then wait here. There we go. And so, you know, I made it fire, and And I also have some electronics that I have yet to solder together, but they are powered by an Arduino, and those are going to power a working ammo counter that's going to go on the side. And I have built a rumbler into the base of it so that when you fire, it has a motor in here with a gearbox and a heavy weight that's on a cam that throws that weight forward and back, because I didn't want it to just vibrate. I wanted it to chunk, you know, like you're firing a weapon. And so it's got that, and also I'm gonna have the batteries in here. I made this was once a molded part, and so I cut it into pieces and made the clips work and everything. And so when to reload, you put in the batteries and then do that. So that is what I've been working on for Monica, and it's not quite finished yet. Oh, also in the electronics, I gave it both a semi-automatic setting and a full automatic setting, so that on full automatic you can just pull the trigger and then it goes and the counter just races down and everything. And so yeah, this has been, I might have bit off a little bit more than I knew that I was going to chew. Maybe there might have been a little bit of project creep, but the important thing is that my beautiful and lovely wife gets this, and then she uses it to shoot at me. So that's important. So that is the M41A Pulse Rifle from Aliens, and when I do get everything finished, then I will show it off again and show everybody what I did. And I'm thinking of actually doing a live stream where I review the mechanics of everything on my other channel, but I'll send the link out to everybody here in case you actually are curious about programming an Arduino and building the electronics and the cams and everything like that. So yeah, and that'll be the first new content that I've created for that channel since I started this channel, because boy, having two channels is a lot of work. Having one channel is a lot of work. You're a lot of work. I love you, Retrobot. So, let's see. Oh, and Nature View and Josh are here. Merry Christmas, Nature View. And Merry Christmas, Josh. We miss you guys. This is the part of 2020 that kind of sucks. A toast to both of you. Oh, and Mason Fur is here. Welcome, Mason Fur. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa. Happy Festivus. And so we have, already, we are only 23 minutes into this live stream, and we have already thanked people for presents. We have shown off some of the wonderful presents that people have sent to us because they're awesome. And I'm getting a word from stuff is happening behind the scenes. I'm not even sure what it is, but stuff. It is happening right here. And so, yeah, let's show. So, one of the people that you will recognize, Collie D, also sent us a fantastic gift. Collie D made an animation cell of some of Monica's artwork, and so here, this is gorgeous. Look at that. Wait, here, things are wanting to, so that is beautiful. That is just beautiful. And this is going to get framed, and it is going to get a place of prominence in Monica's office. And oh, take a look at the certificate. There's a certificate. Ooh. Okay. So let's see. Oh, look at this. There is a certificate of not quite authenticity. This is not quite This is a not quite authentic animation cell from the original Warner Brothers animated television series Tiny Toon Adventures: The Scent of Her Hair. She said yes, a moment of bliss for our French skunk as Babs Bunny responds to her request for a dinner date. This cell captures a triumphant moment in the episode, a one-of-a-kind piece of art for any collectors and fads of Fifi Le Fume. So that is fantastic. We're gonna have to get one of those document frames that has like two slots so that you can have the artwork and then the certificate of not quite authenticity. But oh, there you are, Collie D. I see you in the chat. So thank you so much, Collie D. You are fantastic. This is amazing, and Monica just about fell over when she saw it. It's just wonderful. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas and happy Festivus. So let me set that over here. So, and I see Timpani Tim Kangaroo, a toast. Welcome to the live stream, Tim Kangaroo. I'm gonna really be glad when you refill that, because that's delicious. And Hope is going to log on. All right, so let me know when Hope is here, and I will. She'll be very happy to see what the magic word is. So, and I'm getting more messages. I know, more messages. It's a busy night here. Oh, Amanda is here. A toast to Amanda. Merry Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa, Amanda. So, are you ready to talk about some toys? I mean, actually, the gun was a toy. I've turned it from a statue into a toy. I mean, this is just me. Okay, wait. I'm gonna rant just a little bit. I think that being able to rapid prototype and sell pieces of a collector's piece like the M41A Pulse Rifle is fantastic, and it's a beautifully done computer model. It really is. The details are fantastic. It seems like it's been done to perfect scale. It really is just super impressive. Now, that being said, and of course, I mean, you've seen what I do with it. And I'm not saying that somebody should engineer it to be, you know, like you assemble it and it's a working model like what I'm creating. But if it were me, I would be making those divisions at assembly points. Like here, give me the gun again. So yeah, I know the screen keeps popping out because I just have it in there with sticky tape, and the sticky tape isn't very sticky. So yeah. So we had this, and there was there was obviously a division point here, and then a division point here, and then there was a division point right along here, and then one that went right down through here, and then another one here, and it's just you know, it's pretty much like somebody just drawing lines at regular intervals and just cutting into the geometry. And if it were me, I would think that you could with very little extra, like a lot of extra work on the front end, no doubt. You would have to know engineering software and be able to modify or create your own computer model, which is no small feat. You know, so, you know, I understand that that people are working within whatever resources they have, got it, and time is always an issue. But if you have the time, what would have been great is make the pump action, you know, the pump one or two pieces that are designed to screw or glue together. Make the front part of the muzzle a piece that can fit into another piece. Make all these pieces so that they interlock together and have a certain amount of functionality. Like, you know, being able to move this, that's important. I want to be able to look all serious and then go and know that I've just, you know, even if it doesn't do anything, that, you know, having a trigger that moves, that kind of stuff would just add so much. And once you get past the engineering, then the rapid prototyping is pretty much the same. You know, it's not like it's going to add a lot of machine time. In fact, in some ways, it might even add less time depending on how it's modeled. So that's just what I'm saying. And who knows? Maybe someday, if I'm ambitious and start work, you know, using engineering software on a regular basis again, like I don't have enough projects. And Hope is here. Oh, Hope! So first, a toast to Hope. Merry Christmas, Hope, to you and Mike. Oh, and Connie is here! Merry Christmas, Connie! And that also means that Nathan Fillion is here, so Merry Christmas, Nathan! So, I just wanted to take a moment also to throw out a very special thank you to Hope and Mike. They contacted us earlier in the month asking for suggestions from Monica as to what we needed, and Hope, what you got me is this looks like a Game Boy, but this is a Raspberry Pi case. It has a Raspberry Pi Zero, which came with it. All the electronics and everything came with this. The SD card, everything. But this is essentially a main cabinet, except it looks like a Game Boy. It's actually got 6 buttons. You can see it's got 4 front buttons, and then it's got 2 hidden shoulder buttons in the back right here. Yeah, right there. And then of course a D-pad and a start and a select. It runs off of 3 AA batteries, and this has everything. It has old Atari games, it has Nintendo games, it has Game Boy games, it has Sega games, it has old arcade games, just everything is on here, and this is just a fantastic. This is so much fun, and I have been really enjoying it. Yes, I opened it early. I'm bad that way. But I wanted to thank you and let you see what it is that you guys very generously donated. And, oh, is that what they got you? And Monica wants to thank you for this, which is what you got her. This is the Mandalorian spaceship, and right now it is an...
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
This is the way. He said this is a way. So, and right now, it's actually a perfectly authentic model of the ship as it is in the story right now. So, you know, see what I did there, because they blew up the ship. That's, oh, anyway. We won't talk about the really expensive toy that that Hasbro Toy Studio. Yeah, they got crowdfunding for a few episodes before they blew up the ship. Mandalorian. Okay, everybody, I know it's early, but just for a moment, just take a step, just for a second. Oh, spoilers? Okay, all right. We won't spoil for anybody who hasn't seen it. But man, people from Mandalorian, just so you know, you're on notice. And yeah, Retrobot is. That's right. Nate and Connie just watched Wonder Woman 1984, and they said it's bad? Oh no! We were just watching the first one in anticipation of watching the next one. It's that darn DC thing. I mean, you know, understand. I just want to let people know, I grew up as a DC guy. Much like with my interest in toys, where I didn't have a lot of money to invest. So even though I loved Star Wars, and I loved G.I. Joe, and I loved Transformers, and I loved superheroes and things like that, I had to pick. I essentially had to pick what it was that I was going to invest my money in, and I picked Transformers. And I did the same thing with comic books. You know, I loved Spider-Man, and X-Men was huge when I was a kid, and it would have been easy to get into X-Men. But there's so many different titles, and you can't just follow one, because they keep having characters jump in and out and have things from other stories impact your stories, so you can't just... So, and of course, I was really into Batman. And when I was younger, I grew up on the Superman movies, and the first two were great, and then there was the Richard Pryor one, and things just kind of went downhill from there. But anyway, So being a Batman guy, I collected Batman and Detective Comics. Brick collected Shadow of the Bat and Legends of the Dark Knight, you know, the better ones. And then I also picked up the Robin titles. And so those were the comics that I collected. So I was a DC guy, and when they'd have a crossover, then of course I'd get the crossover, and I got into the Flash. So I would love for there to be really, really good DC movies, and we have gotten some over the last several decades. I mean, arguably the 1989 Batman movie from Tim Burton is the reason why we have the Marvel Universe now. Because that's what really told Hollywood for the first time that superhero movies can make money. And it took a long time after that for them to figure it out. I think that it was the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that really they're like, okay, we're kind of getting this now. And then there was that first X-Men movie. At least I think that Spider-Man and then X-Men, maybe X-Men came first. I think X-Men might have come first. Either way, it was, in my brain, it was close. And then it was after that you started seeing superhero movies come out that were good. But I gotta tell you, DC movies, you gotta flip a coin. It's like, oh, Wonder Woman was great. Oh, Batman vs. Superman sucked. Oh, Suicide Squad. It was terrible, but I love it. Justice League. I actually enjoyed Justice League, but it wasn't very good. You know, it's like flip a coin as to whether it'll be any good or not. And I really thought with Wonder Woman 84, but I guess not. I will watch it, and you know, we have been known to disagree artistically with Nathan Fillion and Connie. So you know, maybe we'll watch it and we'll think it's wonderful. But I'm not confident, because more often than not, Nathan and I agree with these things. So, oh gosh. So anyway, it's Christmas. And even if you are not devoutly religious, nonetheless, if you look at a calendar, it does say that today is Christmas. So for those people who are celebrating it, it's Christmas. For those people who aren't celebrating it, it's just Christmas for other people. But I'm hoping that you're having a good day too. Yes. And that being because one of the greatest traditions of the Christmas holiday is presents and toys, which, you know, no, I won't get into the implications of that. But nonetheless, we've got toys. Let's look at the side camera. Look at these toys. We got a bunch of toys. There's all sorts of toys. And I feel like it's been Christmas for a month, just so that you know, because all of our pre-orders have been coming in, and for the last several weeks, so I've been getting stuff new. And it's like, oh, Christmas is next week. I've got this thing now. I've got, you know, just like a month ago, I got Runabout, and he's awesome. And then I've also got Grease Pit and Hot House, which are a couple of those MicroMaster bases that can kind of snap together and turn into guys. They're parts formers, and those I just got like 2 weeks ago, and then I get all of this, and it's like, wow, there's a lot of stuff. And actually, this isn't all mine, okay? So one of the things that I got for Monica, I feel, I'm just gonna confess, I say I got it, but there's a good chance that she kind of found it and bought it on eBay, but I paid for it, so I lovingly got her. She got that. so let's talk about this, because this is cool. Okay, yeah, you've seen me talk about Transformers, and we will talk about Transformers, but this is a cool thing. Let me move some of these guys out of the way here, just a little bit. So what this is, okay, we're gonna move Megatron out of the way, and move Runabout out of the way, and then get that box out of the way. There we go. This is a Stariors battle station, and it's a pretty cool thing. So we have talked about Stariors in the past on this channel. Stariors reminds me a lot of Zoids, except with less assembly. And this is a battle station which Monica got and cleaned up and put some new stickers on. It's really nice. Yeah, it's in beautiful shape. I think in part because of all the hard work that Monica put into it. And it's got these little things. Let me focus in on this. So this is a mounted cannon, and does this cockpit open? No? Okay. There's a little figure in there, and if that sculpt looks familiar, it's because it's a Zoid pilot. So, the similarity between Stariors and Zoids is not just cosmetic. There's obviously some history here. I'm not really proficient in Stariors. I missed Stariors, but I guess the humans are in a state of suspended animation, and the robots and vehicles are using them as brains. Okay, you know what? I'll accept that. So we've got the Cobra head, which, boy, this thing screams Cobra base, doesn't it? I mean, it absolutely screams Cobra base, and you can get the head to open up there, and it's got guns inside and fangs, and that's cool. And then it's got this this opens somehow. There's an opening here. Oh, I wonder if I have to eject it. On the what? On the back. On the back? Oh, there it is. There's a little thing, and then you can have the vehicles, which we have like we have a Stariors guy, and you can reconfigure this into a vehicle, which I'm not going to do because well, you know what? It's not like it's all that complicated. So you can take that off, and you can do something like that. Yeah, and now he's maybe something like this, or maybe do. I'm trying to see what is the best vehicle configuration for this guy. Let's do that. Nope, we're gonna face it this way. Okay, we'll face that way, and then we'll put his leg things here. There we go. And some arm things back there. And, he's like that. So Josh says, when your battle station has the head of a cobra, you have to ask yourself, am I the bad guy? Josh, that's a very interesting that's a very interesting question. I'm trying to think of a case where that's not true. Let's see. Well, okay. Sylvester Stallone was Cobra, and he was the good guy. Now, he didn't live in a house that had a big Cobra head, so I don't know if that applies. Cobra Commander loved putting giant Cobra heads on stuff. He was definitely the bad guy. Cobra Kai, they have a big sign with a cobra. Yeah, you know what? If you live in a building that has a giant cobra on it, chances are you're the bad guy. A toast to Josh for some insight and wisdom. This is delicious. So let's see, and Cheeky Boy is here. We have to toast, and I just polished off the end of that delicious orange whatchamacallit. So I guess what I'll do is I'll stare into the camera and I'll say stuff while a new version of that concoction is thrown together at warp speed, so that if I just reach out my hand, then when I retract it, there'll be another drink. I really thought that this was gonna go faster. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to use this. No, that is not recommended. There we go. A toast to Cheeky Boy. And you got it with the music. Good job. Wow. So, toast to Cheeky Boy. Merry Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus. And, Chill is here. Chill, a toast to Chill. Merry Christmas, Chill. All right, so yeah, nonetheless, we have our Stariors base, and if I had a suitable vehicle, then it could fit in there. This guy isn't it. Oh, there's a little one that goes with it. So that guy's not it. There's also there's a lever on the side here, and if you do, let's see. Oh, there you go. And then this pops out. So we've got kind of a rolling Cobra chariot thing, and that's pretty badass. So yeah, that is pretty cool. And then of course you have the base itself. Let's move the Cobra head over so that we can look at the base. And I feel like things should open. Oh, I'm wrecking Stariors base. Oh wait, here. I think that there's a section here. Is there a panel here? Does it open?
Yes.
Oh, which part opens? Something opens. Spin, spin, spin. Oh, okay. I see it. I see it. So there we go. And now we see, and it looks like the inside of the Millennium Falcon. I see some obvious Millennium Falcon influence here. We've got this thing here, which has a little trap door that goes out, and you got another cryo guy, and you got a computer terminal, and you can take a Stariors guy here, and this thing spins. And then, oh, his head falls off. I am so good at this. So there we go. There we go. Yeah, there. Okay, and so there it kind of moves. He gets stuck on the pillar. Okay, in theory, this can spin your Stariors. It's probably better for that for that vehicle. Well, when the vehicle pops out, it just stays back there. This is so that at parties, okay, you can have your DJ and you can be like, and that's what that's for. I apologize to everybody who knows anything about music or clubbing or scratching records for that impression. I'm a bad human being. So that's Stariors Battle Station. There it is. That's a cool thing. And so that was one of the things that Monica got this year. And I love this robot arm. That is cool. It's got a spring-loaded clip here, so you can put stuff in it. That's always cool. I'm guessing that Stariors was maybe a little bit before Transformers, by about 1 year. Oh boy, they picked the wrong time to get into that market. They did not know that the Stariors people did not know that they were going to be competing with Transformers when they made this. It kind of reminds me of, it's a little bit He-Man-esque also. Just a little bit. So, Brick says, you okay, wait, here, I have to do this comment justice. So this is from Brick. Wait, here, I should show it. Show the thing. Maybe. I can. I did just open this successfully. You guys saw it. Okay, it's on video. It's on YouTube, and everything on YouTube is true. So, there we go. Okay, are we ready? You spin me round like a record, right round like a record, baby, round, round, right round. Okay, there we go. That was for you, Brick, and no one else. You're welcome. So, Stariors Battle Station, that is a cool thing. I have good taste in gift. So that brings us. Okay, we have more stuff. We have lots more stuff, and there's so much stuff. There is stuff on stuff and stuff and stuff. So let's go ahead and let's talk about some of the stuff that may be a little bit better known. So I got the 2-pack with Ironhide and Prowl, Transformers Earthrise, Ironhide, and Prowl, and I've seen reviews. I saw. Let's see. It's Emgo's review of this set, probably about 2 months ago, and he talked a lot about the color mismatch on Ironhide, and I have to say that no, oh no. Hi Ashy Slashy. Merry Christmas! It's so good to see you, and wearing festive antlers. It's great to see you, pal. How you doing? Yeah. You're kind of losing these. Here we go. There you go. Yeah. Oh, I love you too, Ashy Slashy. Thank you for not trying to kill me this time. Merry Christmas! See, it's a friendly episode. So yeah, we were talking about, we were showing Ironhide, and I have to say that looking at this vehicle mode, in my humble opinion, does not work. It's you know, he's right. Yeah, we've got this kind of burgundy purple on the leg, and then this dull almost orangey red here, and then a different shade red here that is not the same. Wait, here, let me pull this off. So, because of course, let's see. So there's panels here, and they're thin. Oh wow, that's not how that's supposed to go. But it does give me a finger hold on that, so I guess that's useful. Let's pop that back in there. So Ironhide is a retool of Siege Ironhide, and Siege Ironhide is one of my favorite versions of Ironhide that they've ever done. I really, really like it. Do you want to grab Siege Ironhide? Let's see. So Kyoji says, whispering feet. Yeah, this is bad. This was bad in the last version. It's bad in this version. You know, these feet, if they had made them flip around, then it wouldn't be so bad, but boy, so here he is, and then this is his extra piece. I'm not really a fan of this as a design choice, and I think that a lot of this was done for cost savings, because they wanted to be able to just modify a few parts and then get a new toy out of it, but this is not a very good way to do it. And here, look at this. So here, this is what I was going to point out. If you look, let me see so hopefully you can tell. I'm going to adjust the light just a little bit here. So there we go. So we've got 3 different colors of red, and none of this is painted. That's the thing. This is molded this color. This is molded this color. This one is molded. Well, this one might be painted, actually, because that's clear. So that might be a paint, and then this is molded in this color. But we've got we've got 3 different reds here, none of which are really all that good. It doesn't fit. And then you look at the way that, here, let's take these out like this. So you take that, you fit it on here like that, and then you snap it in. And do that. Okay, and so, and you look at that, and we've got this shoulder, which is black. It stands out like a sore thumb. They don't even try to disguise it. It's not made to look like anything. It is just a black thing in this sea of mismatching reds. The yellow stripe is all the same color. So they decided not to have different colors of paint for the yellow stripe. But yeah, also we've got molded in windows here and then acrylic windows here. He's kind of a mess. Now, let me compare him for a moment to Siege Ironhide, because Siege Ironhide is really, really nice. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the time to turn him into a vehicle so that you can see him in all of his glory. So we're going to turn the head to the side. We're going to fold it into the chest. We're going to take the arms and we're going to put them up, swivel the shoulders forward like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side so that we have those like that. We're going to rotate this. We've got this shoulder thing, and we can fold that down. And now, let's see. We should be able to rotate the body. Rotate. Wait, here, let's do this. Let's turn. No? We're supposed to be able to rotate him. He rotates. I know he rotates. There we go. It was just a little sticky. So, and now we can put the bumper up in place and click it into place. And now we open up the panels on the legs. And we open up the panels on the legs here. Like that. We take the arms and fit them together. There's a little tab right there and a rectangular socket right there. And they just go together like that. And I gotta straighten out the waist. There we go. This always falls off. It's important for it to fall off. You don't know that you're transforming Siege Ironhide unless that panel falls off. So it's good that it did. So now I know that I'm transforming him. And here we can fold these side panels up. And that allows us to fold these out. We can put the legs together, put the arms down, close the panels around the arms. Put these side panels up. Get them to snap into their respective little holes. Get these to snap into their little holes. And boom, Cybertronian vehicle mode, which I think looks great. I'm a fan of this vehicle mode. You know, I love that front. It looks great. I love the windshield. I even like what they did here. They just painted this window silver, and it works. And then you've got kind of this mechanical part up here, and you can take the weapons and put them on like that, and do stuff like that. Feet, yeah, feet. If I ever kit bash this guy, one thing that I definitely want to do is I want to put an extra hinge in here so that the feet will just flip around, because I feel like the shape of those feet, like you look at them, here, let me do this. So you look at that foot, and if that thing were just flipped around the other way, it would make a perfectly acceptable back to the vehicle, but it doesn't. So if there was like an extra hinge in here that allowed this to flip around to that side, and then this were able to kind of fold around on itself, then that would work. But we'll see. That would be a lot of work and I'm just not sure if it's worth it to me to do that much work on him. But we'll see, because, you know, this is one of my favorites, so it might be worth it to take it the rest of the way. Mason Fur, so wait here. Mason Fur says, Clay, let's just say that the sun faded the paint like in a real car. Sure, you know what? Yes, individual parts of his vehicle mode were sun faded. He was parked underneath a rectangular tree that leaned to the sun as it would go through the sky, so that the shadows always fell on the same part. I'm just giving it to you, Mason Fur. A toast to Mason Fur. Merry Christmas. So yeah, I do really like this vehicle mode. And to me, this is a perfectly acceptable Cybertronian mode for him. And it's not that different from an Earth mode. Now, we look at this, and you'd think that the translation to get from here to here would not be that difficult. But boy, I kind of think that they boned the roll. First of all, these windows needed to be painted. Even just silver. Just put silver on there. Okay, that would have made a big difference. This should have been molded with a window, and I understand that they didn't remold this part. This is the original part, so they probably didn't have the option to do that. But you know, I don't know, put a sticker or something. Yeah, something. Make it red. I could make silver or gray stickers for the windows. Yeah, you know, we could absolutely put some silver or gray stickers on here, and that might help a lot. But boy, that black, gosh, I'm guessing that this shoulder is molded on the same sprue as all the other black parts, which includes the wheels. So if they had made it red, then the wheels would be red. And they probably didn't want to leave it gray because as an Earth vehicle, most Earth vehicles do not have gray tires, they have black tires. So now he's got this black shoulder and they didn't know what to do about it. Oh gosh, that's rough. That is rough. I see what the design challenge is, and I feel for them, but at the same time, it's like, oh come on, guys, you this good, this less good. But you know, let's not focus on the negative here. Let's go ahead and turn him into a robot. So you open the windshield, which, you know, I love being able to open the windshields on these guys. I think that's cool. You know, I wish that there was room to put a guy rather than having a robot face. But what are you gonna do? It's still pretty cool. And so you open his windows, and so we're gonna fold that panel so that we can get our finger under there and open that up, and do the same here. And we're gonna open that up, and now this whole thing lifts off. And I'm not really a fan of that, and here's the reason why. Well, you know what? This is, oh gosh, it's on one hand, okay, I'm trying to be fair here, okay? I'm trying to be fair. Original Gen 1 Ironhide didn't even have a proper head. He had a sticker for a face. And there was that removable back section, which if that was gone, he was pretty much wheels and a windshield. Not really much of a vehicle. This is no less a vehicle than Gen 1 Ironhide. So, if we're going to judge him based on a comparison to the 36-year-old version, or 30, not 30, let's see, it's 2020, 84, 83, 37, because, you know, it was originally the Diaclone. It was originally the Diaclone version where there was a seat there for a driver rather than a sticker face. Diaclone. Yes, thank you. So if we're gonna judge it based on comparing to that version, this is more a vehicle without its top than Gen 1 Ironhide was. But I'm gonna compare this to toys of today, because this is a toy of today. And Collie D says it's a convertible, and yeah, that's what I have to go for, Collie D. Let's give Collie D a toast, cause yes, it's kind of a convertible. It just happens to be a convertible that reveals a meth lab in the back. So Joy says the question is he worse than Wheelie? He is not. Okay, so here is the gold standard of bad Transformers. I have seen a lot of lists where people have mentioned various Transformers and said that they are the worst Transformer ever made. And I am just going to say that there have been a lot of Transformers over the years, and there have been a lot of bad ones, but it is hard to find something worse than... Monica missed. But I really respect the effort. Yeah, that is pretty bad. That is... Of course, you know what? The RPMs that they came out with during the first Michael Bay movie, which were essentially Hot Wheels cars with an ugly picture of a robot just etched, like molded into the underside, and then the idea was that it's a one-step transformation, meaning that you put the car up on its back bumper and reveal this ugly picture. And it wasn't even like it's a robot body that is designed to kind of integrate itself into the shape of the underside of the vehicle. No. This was like a dimensional picture of a three-quarter view of one of the ugly robots from the movie. It was bad. They were bad. They were worse than Wheelie. But, you know, they didn't really transform, so I'm not sure that they count as Transformers. So, Ty Guy just got off the phone with his dad, and Mr. Ty Guy Sr. wishes us all a Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas, Ty Guy Sr. Have I mentioned that this is delicious? And I need to be careful because it's delicious. Because I'm starting to suspect that there's more adult beverage in there than I'm giving it credit for. And I'm starting to sweat a little. Oh boy! We're not even past Ironhide yet. Oh, and I'm getting another message. Another message. Osaka Jack is here! A toast to Osaka Jack! Merry Christmas, Osaka Jack! So yeah, you take this off, and then you can fold these things, I guess, in there, like that. And now it's a stained glass window for a church. And oh, you can also slide that down, and that reveals these jets. It can also sort of be a surfboard. I wish I were kidding about that, but it can be that. And then he transforms pretty much exactly the same as the Siege version. So we're going to do that. We're going to fold. Well, let's see. We're going to fold these out. We're going to separate the legs. We're going to unsnap the bumper. There we go. Oh, I'm transforming the wrong one. Boy, it's no wonder he transforms pretty much like the Siege version. This is the Siege version. Well, let's just set that aside. Okay, so we've got this version. Did I say something about folding that out and then separating the legs just like that? And thank you. And then we take the bumper and we do that, and we'll rotate that around here like that, and then we'll fold those down into the legs. We'll fold the side panels down like that. And oh, there's those feet. Wouldn't those look great if you saw this on the back of the vehicle? I'm just saying. We'll take the shoulders around like this, put them into a more natural position, swiveling the arms around, flip up the head, snap the bumper into place. Does it snap? Come on, snap. Come on. You can make a snappy noise. It doesn't make the snappy noise. And we'll put the head up there. There we go. And then we'll put the windshield like there, or the windshield's a little bit like there's a couple little tiny notches in there, and they sort of line up with that, but it doesn't close all the way. If you look at that, it doesn't. Yeah, so there's a little bit of gap there. You just kind of accept it because it's fine. His robot mode is not bad, and he has a gun somewhere. It might be in the other room. I was kind of playing with him earlier. So he can do this. And in theory, I can turn the head both ways, but the head doesn't want to turn the other way. That's weird. Okay, so there we go. So you can do that. The robot mode is really not bad. You know, in the robot mode, the different colored panels don't stand out as much. So he doesn't look as it's not as jarring. This can be a riot shield. And I'll just do that. And actually, it makes a pretty good riot shield. So, you know, I mean, that's actually pretty cool. So as long as he doesn't mind carrying it around or riding on it like a surfboard, then it's fine. It's a decent robot mode. The black bits, I'm not sure that they look better than his Siege version, because I really like the Siege version, but they don't look bad. And he wants to fall over probably because of that really heavy shield. So here, let's go ahead and we'll finish what we started with other Ironhide. And Osaka Jack, wait a minute here. So Osaka Jack says, did I miss why Clay got injured? So Osaka Jack, you missed last week's live stream. What happened is I was grinding metal on a 2020 Dodge Challenger. You know, I decided to swap out the engine, and ninjas attacked, and I had to fight them off, and as I was, you know, they were flinging throwing stars at me, and because of my cat-like reflexes, I was able to as they would like, and see, I had the angle grinder, and so I was deflecting them with the I was cleaning my tub, and I was cleaning my tub, and I was supporting myself, like I was leaning in over the tub and scrubbing the soap scum off of, you know, it had a little bit of a soap ring, and I was leaning against the back wall like this, and I slipped just a little bit, and I thought that I had kind of scraped my knuckle, my thumb knuckle, on the soap dish, which is built into the wall. It's one of those porcelain things that's just built into the wall. And it hurt, and I swore, and then I just kept going. And then as I'm scrubbing, I see a trail of like a stream of blood flowing into the drain. And I look at my hand, and it's pouring blood. Well, I keep my razor blade on that soap dish with the blade up, and so I guess when I slipped, it just sliced off. It sliced off the skin on the top of the knuckle. And here's how I know that that's what happened, because after I bound my wound, I then was shaving, and I noticed, oh wait, my razor's not working. Yeah, I rinsed it, and I look at it, and I found this little circle of skin about the size of a quarter. It was all balled up, and I was able to straighten it out, and it was like oval shaped.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I threw the skin away. I didn't save it and show it to Monica, because I'm a loving husband. There really was the temptation. I mean, it's like, yo, how often do you have a perfect oval of your own skin? Like a piece of your body. You know, you see parts of yourself all the time taken off. Okay? It's different for you. My parts have to be forcibly removed. So it's fascinating when pieces of them come off, but yeah, so that was a heroic cleaning the tub injury. It's actually healing much better now. I've actually up until earlier today, I haven't been wearing a bandage for about a day. It's finally scabbed over, and it doesn't like throb or anything like that. It doesn't continuously bleed. It wanted to bleed for a good 3 days. Like every time I took off the bandage, it wanted to bleed, and so it is not bleeding. It is scabbed over. It's fine, but knowing that I'm doing a live stream where I'm often showing just my hands, I figured that you guys didn't want to look at this big quarter-sized crater in my thumb, so I wrapped it up. Mazenfur says, anyway, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Mazenfur. And I haven't even had to say the secret word, Muns, in order to drink. So, Muns! You see what I did there? see, it actually says snow, but it also says Muns. I don't know what Muns is, but I'm I'm gonna say that it's functionally equivalent to snow in this case. So anyway, we were finishing the transform on Siege Ironhide. Are you taking away my drink? Oh, you're adding to it. That's wise, because I keep you know, imbibing it. It's delicious, honey. Thank you. It is so good. Did I mention that it tastes like a creamsicle and doesn't taste like alcohol at all? Yeah. That's some good stuff. I mean, you guys know me at this point. I don't really go for the drinks that taste like booze. I like the drinks that taste like Kool-Aid. So, you know, the more it tastes like fruit juice or something that doesn't actually have alcohol in it, the more I like it. That's what happens when you don't start drinking until you're 40. So there we go. We've got Siege Ironhide. And we can give him his... here, we'll give him that and do that. Yeah. So, these are very... You know, obviously, they're remolds of the same toy. I do think that Siege Ironhide still looks better. Okay, I'm going to say the red is a much nicer red. I mean, you look, and this is just a nice, rich, vibrant red. The reds here vary between kind of a maroon, almost a burgundy in some places, to almost kind of a pastel purple in some of these places. And I think that the color, you know, the lack of a good, strong red like this one has is something that does hurt the design. His, the dark bits, the black shoulders and the black fists, they look fine. I actually think that the gray looks better. I just think that that overall the color scheme of the Siege version really does work better. Obviously, the designers were working under the constraint of trying to do as little as they could to change this one to make it into this one, and that is a pretty substantial challenge. You know, that's a rough design challenge. I'm not sure if I had to turn this one into an Earth vehicle. I think I could do it. I don't know if it'd be pulled off better than this one, but I think that the biggest thing that hurts this is the mismatched colors. You know, more than anything else. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of having big pieces that come off that are necessary in order for it to have a convincing vehicle mode, but that's sort of the gimmick for the Earthrise line, and that's, you know, if I'm not a fan of the gimmick, then I'm not a fan of the gimmick, and that's just what it is. I will say that with RC, I was not really impressed with that toy either, but I will say that even though it had a giant piece of car that was detachable and she could ride as some sort of a, I don't know, it's a hoverboard. She got it from Marty McFly. It was pink and everything. I don't know. But you could actually leave it on there all the way through the transform. And so that to me is a really good implementation of that kind of a feature. That changes it from being lazy design to, okay, we've really integrated it well. It doesn't have to come off, it just does. That's something that only adds to the design. It doesn't detract. Earthrise Ironhide, not the worst version of Ironhide, certainly, but definitely a bit of a step down from Siege Ironhide, which, as far as I'm concerned, Siege Ironhide is probably the best version of Ironhide that they've ever done. Yeah. Now that I think about it, and we should do an Ironhide series sometime, but my birthday kind of was a little bit of an Ironhide series, but nonetheless, I would say that Siege Ironhide, is there even a Masterpiece version? There probably is, and it probably is so expensive that I just didn't buy it, but which is a shame because, I love Ironhide, but, maybe at some point. So, yeah, those are Ironhides. We have Ironhides, and we will set them aside. Also, in that pack was Prowl. And Prowl is one that in the Siege version, I did not even get the Siege version of Prowl. And here's the reason. I saw it in the store. I had the opportunity to buy it. And it just looked bland. It was bland. It was white with some clear stuff. It had painted on headlights that didn't even stand out. I am not a fan of... See what they've done here? They've just painted on Street Hawks. Come on, give me some translucent red. I know they've done the painted on emergency lights plenty of times, but... No, give me translucent. Here's what you could do. You could mold the street lights on the same sprue as the windshield and this clear that's used on the legs here. Mold this piece on that same sprue out of clear, and then paint red on the inside, and then that will give you a really neat translucent yet red look. And that's something that they could have done. They did not. And Kyoji says that he has the Masterpiece Ironhide and the Ratchet repaint naturally. Kyoji, I envy you so much right now. You know what? A toast to Kyoji for having what may be the best version of Ironhide ever. I don't know because I don't have it. How did I miss it? There's a lot of those there's a lot of Masterpiece figures that came and went, and somehow I think that it must have happened around the time that Toys R Us ceased to be, and suddenly I wasn't prepared. I'm going to blame it on the end of Toys R Us, which, that was 2019, wasn't it? Was that 2018? 2018. So, as many bad things have happened in 2020, at least 2020 wasn't responsible for the death of Toys R Us. Moe's. Or Mons. Yeah, Mons. So, anyway, we have Prowl here. I really like the Earth mode here. I have Smokescreen. He is a retool of Prowl, and he looks great. This is a very nice mold. It's this whole line has suffered from a little bit of that cheapness, a little bit of that hollowness, and certainly this mold is no exception. But I will say that it's some very nicely engineered designs, even in spite of a little bit of hollowness. So let's go ahead and transform him, because that's what you do. And we're going to start by opening the doors. Boy, do I have to be stronger than, like, okay, there, that door opens. There we go. So we open the doors, and then you pull the arms straight down. And by the way, I love, just before we go too far, this is a transform. The head is essentially in the back seat. Somehow the head gets from the back seat to the hood. That is cool. That is part of what makes Transformers toys so unique and interesting, is the puzzle aspect of how these inner working parts shift in ways that turn into viable action figures. And the fact that his head is in the back seat is just phenomenal. You know what? A toast to the designers at Hasbro. That's impressive. Na 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 na. I know I'm not supposed to toast when Monica's had to leave the desk, but that was the music. Anyway, so the arms are straight down, and then we're just going to spread them out to the side like this, and then you twist them so that the wheel faces the back of the vehicle, and do the same on the other side, and then put the arms into a more natural position, because, you know, that's going to be the thing. And then there's this panel on the roof, and you just press it. Now, it's sometimes, depending on the one that you get, the snap can be pretty tight. Don't be afraid to press right at the top, close to the windshield here, just below the division here. But you just press that down, straight down like that. It's going to go down against that. And now we need to pull out the legs. So go ahead, and we're going to, I'm very afraid, because there's so many thin clear parts around here. You want to be careful where you grip him, but you can grab, so there's a couple heel pieces right here. Grab that with your finger. Heel pieces? Oh, grip? Okay. I never know until after it's gone. So you...
Phrasing, boom! Inappropriate.
Thank you. So you grab the heel pieces right here, and then grab the back bumper, and then you're just gonna pull down, and see how I'm kind of grabbing at the front of the fenders here also. So you're just gonna pull down. It's gonna snap a little bit. That's okay. And now we can pull the whole thing, and you see what's happening here. You've got a knee joint here, and you can just expand the legs. Boy, he gets long. He gets longer than my cat. So you do that. We might as well flip down these little heel pieces while we're at it. And now we're going to rotate the waist. And then we've got that hole in the hood. Well, the head is going to go up through that hole. So here, watch what's happening here. That goes through like that. His head pokes up through the hole, and there's like 3 joints in here that are all working in tandem. Here, let me switch cameras. So we've got that, and then you see how these little notches here and here go up into these little grooves on either side of the inside of the front fender. Just like that. I think that it goes like that. Yeah. Maybe, let's try, let me see what happens if I rotate the head around. Okay. It's fighting me here. It is fighting me. Okay, let me try collapsing the back and then bringing this forward. Here we go. Okay, so you see these grooves? these notches do not go into those grooves. They go in front of them. So here, you got to go in front of those, and that allows the head to come all the way through. And now he is Prowl. So that is him in all of his glory. And he's got a pretty good robot mode. Now, one thing that I was a little bit disappointed by is that he doesn't come with... Oh, you know what? There's something else. There's these little panels right here on the insides of the legs. They come down like that. And that just kind of helps fill in the hollowness just a little bit, but, you know, not very well. So that is... let me get him into focus. There we go. So... Pretty nice robot mode, but as I was saying, one of the things that I was kind of disappointed in is that he doesn't come with the shoulder cannons. And I'm going to recheck to make sure, but I did not see any shoulder cannons in there. Blue Streak comes with shoulder cannons. In fact, I've got my blue... Is my Blue Streak out there on the table? Huh. So anyway, yeah, that is... do you want to hand me the box? Because the box will show if he's got... No, okay, so, yeah, he doesn't come with shoulder cannons. You know, even look on the box. No shoulder cannons. There are no shoulder cannons up there. And that's something that's very, very distinctively... you know, it's sort of like the guns on the Seekers. You know, the guns on the arms. Now, Blue Streak... He came with... Yes. Oh, that's Smoke Screen. I asked Monica for Blue Streak. And what I meant was Smoke Screen. And she was out there looking, and she's like, I don't see Blue Streak. I don't see... I was wrong. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. This is a lesson. This is a lesson. No thanks. This is a lesson to husbands and boyfriends everywhere. Learn that phrase. Use it as necessary, even when you're not wrong. This case I was, but if it comes down to having an unhappy wife and or girlfriend, or just saying you're freaking sorry, just say you're freaking sorry. It's not worth it. So anyway, Osaka Jack says that kind of helps fill in the hollowness, but not very well. I think we just summed up my buying choices for 2020 perfectly. Osaka Jack, you get a big toast for that. Oh gosh, that's good. I wish I was as clever as all of you. These live streams would just not be as good without your input. So thank you very much, Osaka Jack. So yeah, we've got Smoke Screen here, and you see they're both molded with these holes in the shoulders / hood of the car, and you can take the little guns, and they just fit right in there. And then in robot mode, they would go like that, and that's part of the look, and it looks great, and it really adds to the Gen 1-iness of this style figure, but Prowl didn't come with them. Smokescreen also, his there are 5mm holes. Well, they're actually kind of hexagonal, but they fit a 5mm peg, and you can put them on the sides of this did we end up with 2 of these? How did we end up with 2 of these? Did I buy the same toy twice? I didn't think that I got this. Well, so it's really weird. Prowl comes with 2 blue little shoulder cannons. And the choice of blue is kind of interesting. It's weird for this character, but you know, it really completes the look. I have a Transformers problem. And the problem is that I can't, at this point, keep track of how many toys I've bought. I feel like I need, like, a support group. Like, maybe once a week, minimum, if I were to get together with people. But, you know, it's hard these days because, you know, with COVID and everything, you can't get together. Maybe if we were to have, like, a live stream once a week and we could talk about this problem, then it would help. Yeah, I think that's I think that that's what needs to happen for mental health purposes, right? Right?
Whatever.
Thank you for that. So that is Earthrise, Transformers, War for Cybertron, Earthrise, Prowl, and honestly, he's the reason that I really wanted this set. I wasn't terribly excited about Ironhide because I kind of knew going into it that it wasn't really very well executed, but I had passed on the Siege version of Prowl, and I think that this is a much better version anyway. He just looks better, and look, he has these. Oh gosh, you know what? I may try to cast. You know, maybe I'll try to copy these and cast them out of white plastic or something. We'll see. So you went to see if we had a blue streak. I don't think that they've done blue streak. I think that that one has escaped the Siege Earthrise line. I could be wrong. Maybe they did a Siege one. I don't know, but they definitely. I don't think that they've done an Earthrise blue streak, and apparently they've done 2 smoke screens. I got them both. They're very, very subtle recolors of each other. You know, the recolor from this one to this one is closer than the recolor of this leg panel to this hinge joint. I mean, it's what? How does that happen? I want to know if you work at Hasbro. Okay, everybody, this isn't going to be a rant, but just step away for a second. Anybody that works at Hasbro, please come here. Come here. Okay. If you work at Hasbro, please explain to me. Now, I understand how parts that are painted can be a different color than parts that are molded. I get it, okay? Matching paint to a colored plastic is dicey, okay? I understand. But there are parts here that are just molded out of a slightly different color red. Why? Can you explain to me why? And also, why is it kind of a shitty ass red? Those are my 2 questions. And if you can only answer one, then I just want to know the answer to the first one. But yeah, why? Why? I mean, just use the same pellets.
We now return to the Transformers.
So that's them. Let's go ahead and let's look at another guy. This is a Hasbro Selects. He is a straight up repaint of Fast Track. Fast Track was the 6-wheeled Decepticon vehicle that came with the original Scorponok. And then when in Japan that toy was recolored as Black Zarak, then this vehicle was, the little accessory vehicle that came with him was also recolored in gold, looking very, very cool. And that is Black Roritchi. I don't know what Roritchi means. I'm sure that it means more in Japan than it does to me, being just kind of an unworldly white guy in America. But you know what? I feel like Osaka Jack or Kyoji, one of you has to know what Roritchi means in Japanese. I feel like this is your shtick, because whenever there's something that I have no idea about, there's that part of the live stream where you guys educate me on something that I had no idea about, and I'm always really impressed. So here's where I'm calling out to either of you guys, if anybody knows what Roritchi means in Japanese. And oh wait, Kyoji says it's a nonsense word. Oh, okay. Actually, oh, it's okay. Just a nonsense word. Okay, so it doesn't really mean anything. All right. Well then, that, I guess, really no different than Zarak for that matter. Zarak doesn't mean anything, but, you know. Okay, so, I really like Fast Track. He's, I have him over here. This is Fast Track. They did a beautiful job with this toy. He is another one of the parts formers from this trilogy where he's part of the combat system. You take him apart, you add him to other figures. Although, honestly, I have the most fun just finding all sorts of different modes to configure these guys in. And also, I like to put them together with other parts formers and make gestalts. It's just fun. And if this guy is awesome in gray and orange, then this guy in gold and purple is absolutely awesome. And so we got him. And as a parts former, you know, here, let's take a look. You can see the details here. This is him. And his vehicle mode is awesome. And here's the thing, and this is a testament from somebody who owns two of the exact same smokescreen. If you know, any of you who from Hasbro who might still be listening, if you remolded this in blue and black and called him Roller, just saying, 6 wheels. Vehicle, we have, is the other Prime still over here with the, no, it's okay. We have a Prime with a dinky, disappointing trailer that has no roller. I'm just saying. Right? Yeah. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. It's that time of year. So, thank you very much for that. So, we're going to go ahead and turn him into a robot so that you can fully appreciate how cool he is. And step 1 is take the parts apart. And, you know, the big thing is you separate the legs from the body here. And then the body is in 2 pieces like that. You're going to spin around the head. And then you can take, let's see, take the legs. The legs actually do some transforming. You fold those out. See, the feet are down here. You pull the feet out, and that gives you the knee joints. And that gives you a lower torso. And then we can fold down these little things right here. And then I'm trying to remember how this thing went. I think it might have gone like that. Maybe? No, maybe not. I don't remember how it went. It went somehow. Oh, okay. So you have this little peg here, and you have a hole back here, and you just push that into there, and that makes up his body. And now you can take this thing back here like this. Maybe now we split that way, and that. Yes. Okay. So that goes against the back like that, and now we have these two little shoulder pegs, and you can put that. See, there's two holes there. You can make it a longer arm, but less intimidating shoulders that way. I like the more intimidating shoulders look, so I use the lower of the two holes. And then if you want him to actually have hands, see, he's got fists, and so you can always just take those guns and put them on the shoulders like this. And then you've got this little bladey thing, and the bladey thing has a 5mm hole. That can go in any number of places. I'll just stick it in the back of the shoulder. But this is his robot mode, and he looks great. He really does look great. Let me adjust the light just a little bit so that you can see him a little bit better. But yeah, look at that paint detail. The colors really pop on this guy, and that gold looks fantastic. I know that we don't get the shiny vacuum metallized gold like we did way back in the day, but boy, it's got a nice sheen to it. Of course, he's got excellent articulation. The detail around the windows, that little black detail, really makes the windows pop. Or whatever those are. They look like windows, but, you know, whatever the heck they are. So, you know, Black Roritchi is pretty awesome. And he's not somebody that I'm all that connected to because I never had Black Zarek. When I was growing up, I really didn't like the whole thing of Japanese Transformers. That I just was oblivious to it. I never went to robot conventions or anything like that, so I was just completely unaware. So I never had any connection to this character, but nonetheless, he's awesome. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, Retrobot, what do you have there? Oh, you have Hoist. Yeah, you know what? Thank you. Because Siege Hoist. It's funny that you would bring this up. So in the Siege line, we got Hoist with a straight up Earth mode. You know, he is just. Oh, I'm getting a message. I am getting a message from my producer. Wait, I'll touch my ear as though there's an earpiece. There isn't, but I'll touch it like there is. And I'm seeing something. Okay, so Ron Lolich played for several Japanese teams, and that is exactly what the Transformers name comes out to. Oh. So it's a reference to the baseball player. Oh! So he is a reference to the okay. Well, now I know as much about Japanese baseball as I do about American baseball. It's so bad. Nathan Fillion is always trying to tell me things that are happening in the world of football. And I nod, and I try to make intelligent conversation, but I don't know. And in order to to understand, I'd have to watch the games. It's a pretty big sacrifice. Those are long. They're really long. And I love you, Nathan Fillion. I do, but I just I can't watch football. I'll watch when the Pirates are in the playoffs, though. See what I did there? I know the Pirates don't play football. They're a hockey team. No. That's not even fair to say, because Pittsburgh Penguins play hockey, and Pittsburgh Penguins are hockey. So, I'm. The heater has been coming on a lot, and it's forced air heat, and it gets very dry in here. And it's because of all the snow outside. See, the magic word is So anyway, Retrobot was bringing over Siege Hoist. Let's go ahead and show Siege Hoist. And what's funny about Siege Hoist is he is given a straight-up Earth Truck mode. They did not even try to give him a Cybertronian mode. And what's also kind of funny is that, of course, the original Hoist was a repaint and slight retool of Trailbreaker. And then later in the Classics series, they had Trailbreaker, and then they made a repaint of it as Hoist. And then at some point, they lost the rights to the name Trailbreaker, and they started calling him Trail Cutter. But now we have Trailbreaker, and his name is actually Trailbreaker. So they've gotten the rights back, which is really cool. He is, of course, a slight retool of Hoist, which is a little bit backwards from the way they normally do it, but Hoist, this is a great truck mode, and you don't see a whole lot of pickup trucks in the Transformer world. I don't know why, but you just don't see a lot of pickup trucks, and even Hoist is more of a tow truck than a pickup truck because he's got all this extra apparatus in the back, but he is a really nicely done lifted pickup truck. He's got the mud tires and everything. So of course, since he is a really nicely done pickup truck, then we've got Trailbreaker as a very nicely done pickup truck with a cab. You could call him an SUV. I feel like the line between SUV and pickup truck with cab is blurry at best. No, we're not looking at that. We're not get that out of here. Get that out of there. But Prime. No. Go guard the base with Wheelie. So all right. Now, here is something that's interesting though. Look. These panels here, this hinge, this door panel, and this are a very dark brown. The hood and the front fender and the sections of roof are black. What the heck is going on? I want to know what in the world is going on with Hasbro's manufacturing that within the same toy, the colors are not matching at all. I mean, how do you mess up black? I don't understand, and I'm deeply curious. It's not even like he looks that bad. Like I didn't even notice that the colors didn't match until I got out here and I was putting them underneath these daylight bulbs. And in the daylight bulbs, it's pretty obvious. But in normal room lighting, especially when you've got kind of yellowed out bulbs or something, you're not even going to notice. But why? Why? I just don't understand. I mean, it's one of those things where you have a mix and you stick to the mix and it works, and if you don't stick to the mix, then things aren't the right color. But I feel like like, manufacturers are used to this, and they know how to get colors correct, but the Hasbro's manufacturers for this line apparently does not know how to color match. That's the only thing that I can think of. They're either maybe they're taking shortcuts, maybe they're just mixing pellets with other batches, like, oh, there's a little bit of there's still a little bit of whatever left from the last stuff that we ran. We won't take them out of the hopper, we'll just dump in the new color. I don't know. Osaka Jack says that the slight miscolorations remind me of when you saw one part of a cliff in the animation that didn't match the rest of the cliff, and you knew that part was going to collapse. Yes! Yes, and you know what? That is a case where obviously the rest of the cliff is part of the background image. You know, the painted background that's just a static image, and then the part that's going to collapse is painted on the cell. So it makes sense in that case. But they're molding these. I mean, so Ty Guy says, only guess I can make is that it is a different plastic, so maybe different facility did those pieces and all assembled together in a third facility. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. And that was Ty Guy that said that, by the way. You know, Monica, you had suggested the same thing. I hadn't really thought about the possibility that they are using different kinds of plastic. Like, obviously, the translucent parts are a different kind of plastic than the solid colored parts. But I also know that there have been plenty of times where you'll notice that the more load-bearing parts, the parts that are going to be under stress, are going to be made of a different kind of plastic than some of the parts that don't need to take as much abuse. So I guess maybe that's it. They must be manufacturing the different parts in different facilities even, and then assembling them at a third location, or, you know, because they're using different kinds of plastic, they're not adjusting for the way that the color matching works from one kind of a plastic to another. I'm not sure. I would love to know for certain what the answer is, but let it be known, Hasbro, if you're watching, you do have a problem, because this kind of stuff, it's noticeable, and it hurts. It hurts the quality of your toy, you know. And a couple years ago when you were doing Siege, you didn't have this problem. So something has changed. But what I will say is thank you for getting rid of those horrible, horrible foil stickers. A toast to whoever at Hasbro said, oh, those are a train wreck, get rid of them, never again. So yeah, this is Trailbreaker, and he looks great. This is his vehicle mode, and yeah, there is brown there. That is definitely brown. Weird. I'm glad that the tires are black. It's a little bit distracting, because otherwise this is a fantastic looking toy. The paint deco is great. I mean, I love the little 4WD and the different colored stripes. There's a lot going on here. It's subtle, but it looks great. The paint on the grill, and the fact that this grill is obviously a translucent piece that has been painted silver except for the headlights, and that's cool. That looks great. I love when they do stuff like that, and I encourage them to do it more often. The silver on the wheels is great. I understand what's going on here. It's a shame that they couldn't do the same thing here that they did here, but it's okay. I'll live with it. So let's go ahead and turn him into a robot. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take off this piece, and then you have some apparatus down here, which you can leave that off of him, and he looks like a pickup with stuff in the back. He also has this little gun here, which, so, you know, he's got an attack mode, and that works. He looks great. And that's something that the original toy did not do, but he looks great this way, and I'm definitely in favor of it. So, you know, you don't even need this piece to have an awesome looking vehicle mode, and that's what I like to see. If you're gonna have these extra pieces that have to be removed for the vehicle mode when they're not necessary, then that's the best. They only add to the design, they don't detract from it. So I'm gonna fold that back out of the way, and let's go ahead. We're going to pull out the front fists, and the hood's going to pop up with that. We're also going to excuse me, we're going to unsnap the back fender. It's actually plugged in a couple of locations here, and so we need to get a fingernail in here and disengage that from the side there. You see how it has that little peg there that goes into that panel there, and see the panel kind of lifts up to disengage there, and then it pulls away from the side, and that disengages this little pair of fingers from that little hole which is in the knee of the leg. We're going to pull down the legs. There we go. And see, notice that the pelvis is on this piece here like this, and we can fold the legs out like this, and now the arms are freed up. We can pull them out like this, and see, this whole side panel is part of the shoulder. So what you need to do, this is a little bit fidgety, but you need to pull it out to the side like that to clear the arm away from the rest of the body. So there we go. And now we're going to flip around the head, snap it into place. We're going to align the body. We're going to fold the hood of the vehicle down against the truck, the body. We're going to take these side panels, put them around to his back, and then rotate the arms around, spin them at the bicep, bring them forward, and twist the wrist. And so you want to see that again. It's going to come down, spin at the bicep, bend at the elbow, twist at the wrist. And then this back piece will just plug right in there. And then if you want to give him his blaster hand, that just covers over the fist like that. And now if you want to give him his light bar thing and a shoulder gun, you can do that. Which is awesome because it works in both robot and vehicle mode. That is a great little play feature. Love it. And you look at that. And he looks great. Look at that head sculpt. That is beautiful. He looks like his Gen 1 cartoon character, which the Gen 1 cartoon version of Trailbreaker never looked that much like the toy. the cartoon version of Hoist was much more toy accurate, which and this is something that I noticed that they pointed out in the in Transformers: The Basics, a YouTube channel from Chris McFeely. I think that's his name. Great videos. I highly recommend them. They're entertaining and very informative. He does a great job, but. What's funny is even though the toy versions of these were just straight up recolors of each other, the animated versions really didn't look at all the same. Because by the time that they did Hoist's character model, they wanted the character to look more like the toy, and so. Which, as a kid, I always liked it more when the version on TV was similar to the version of the toy. It just kind of helped with that suspension of disbelief. But yeah, he looks great. His robot mode looks great. He's well articulated. He can also wear this piece as a shoulder thing, some kind of a shoulder thing. Or, you know, it's got a 5mm peg, so you can put it anywhere. But maybe I can drop it too. Let's see, I'm trying to see which is the best place to put it. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so there. He's got kind of a shoulder shield there. You could have it as an arm shield. You could do anything you want with it, but it works really well. He could hold it in his hand, and that is Trailbreaker. Very, very nice. Machiavellic asks, hey Clay, real quick, did you know that there was a Transformer in Energon that had the same name as a G.I. Joe vehicle? What was its name again? You know, I'm going to answer this question, and one of the reasons is because this is delicious. This is Snowcat. And he was made as a Decepticon, even though it was a G.I. Joe vehicle, which I always thought to be really odd, and especially since his body style really looks like it would have worked well with that combination feature that they had. But look at this. They made the legs with skis. So Snowcat can ski. Look at that. His knee joints are tight, but look at that. He can, I mean, that's cool. That is so cool. And should we transform him? Yeah, we have to transform him because he transforms into a Snowcat. That's what's awesome about it. One of the many things. I loved the Energon line. It was one of my favorite lines of Transformers. I know I've said that before, but it was a really good line with a really terrible cartoon. And okay, that you know what? Every line has its stinkers, and that was definitely a stinker. Oh, Energon Ironhide. Oh, just a train wreck. Like, why? Why did they do that? So, let's see. I'm trying to remember how to transform him. Let's see. I think maybe. Okay, you know, I'm not transforming him because it's taking too long to remember. He transforms into something. It looks like a G.I. Joe Snowcat, but for some reason they made him a Decepticon. I don't know why, but pretty cool. So anyway, thank you for that, Machiavellic. Toast to Machiavellic for making me say Snowcat. Oh, I said it a whole bunch of times. So I have to refill that. I've done here. Yeah. All right. I splattered a little smudge on my glasses, and I keep keep rubbing it, hoping that the smudge will go away, and it hasn't. It's just continued to smudge. So there we go. All right, I can actually see now. So that is Trailbreaker and Hoist, both of which are looking pretty good. Let's look at a little bit of something different. So, excuse me. So these are a couple guys that Monica found. Whoops, wrong camera. There we go. That Monica found at Ollie's on clearance. These are Cyberverse figures. This is obviously Windblade. And this is like Shadow Shield, Shadow something, Shadow Strike. I don't follow the Cyberverse stuff very closely, but now Shadow Strike has some limited posability. She's got no knee joints, she's got no elbow joints, but boy, she can do the Ministry of Silly Walks bit. So that's important. Windblade here, she's got things that pop out. She has no elbow joints. She does have knee joints though, and that helps a lot. So, they were a couple of bucks, so not terribly expensive. But let's just go ahead, and I'm gonna show you the transforms for these. And let me adjust the camera the lighting, because I've got a little bit of a glare there. So there, we'll get the lighting backed off just a little bit. There we go. Now you can see her face. So not a bad robot mode here on Windblade. And so to transform her, you put the arms up, and you see there's this little notch in the arms, and they interlock with this little rectangular post right there. So the arm goes up like that. And of course, you kind of expect with these tiny little Cyberverse figures that the transform is going to be simplified. And they are. They definitely are. And I think that there. So actually, I didn't have her transform correctly. The bottom is supposed to be like that. So then you have the back like this. And then you do that, and when you transform it, those pop out. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but they pop out. And then you rotate at the waist, and that's it. That is the transform, and I saved the instructions. They're in the other room somewhere, but I had to check the instructions because I was trying to figure out, okay, what is this supposed to do? There seems to be no place for the legs to go. They don't go anywhere. It's kind of like Battloid mode, except without the obvious advantage of arms. So it's really just a jet with legs. I don't know the tactical advantage of a jet with legs. I understand the tactical advantage of, like, Battloid mode when it had arms and legs but still had jet body. So Osaka Jack says, it's no concern of the toy makers if it matches the show. It's snow. Oh, jeez. Wow. Osaka Jack. It's... Not only am I going to drink this because you got me to say it's no concern of the toy makers. Which, here, this is for that one. But I'm going to give you a toast because that was very well executed. You guys don't get to see what I get to see over on the screen here. Monica had the quote, and then I see her go up with the cursor, and I'm wondering what she's doing, and she's deleting the "it's snow" and turning it into "it's snow." And I just said it like a dozen more times in the process of explaining what I saw. Have I mentioned that that's really good? So, very, very well done. A toast to you, Osaka Jack. And a toast to you, Monica, because that was good. That was... I had no idea where she was going with that. Like, you know, I get these... She'll give me quotes and messages, because, like, I see the chat going on... Here, wait a minute. Here, maybe I can show the desktop, okay? Just so that people see. This is what I see on my screen, and it moves really, really fast, and it's very tiny text, and I'm very distracted. So I always I just like to apologize to all of the people that have made all sorts of comments and added to the conversation. And I miss it. And I feel bad because, and every now and then I'll be talking to one of you, like, you know, off screen or something, and you'll say, hey, I said this like 3 times and you didn't pick up on it, and I am sorry. I try, but boy, there's a lot going on, and sometimes I miss stuff. So anyway, I'm sorry when I miss stuff, and I don't know how I got on. Osaka Jack is clever. that's the point. Osaka Jack is clever. So anyway, so yeah, we've got. I don't know what the advantage is of turning into a jet with icicles coming out of the wings and legs. I mean, you know, you can do this. You could have the arms, and then it's more like Battleoid mode, and that at least, okay, you know, I've seen Robotech. I understand the tactical advantage of something like that, but the arms are supposed to be up here out of the way. So you know, this is what she transforms into on purpose. So, I'm just going to set that aside for a moment. We're not going to forget about that. We've also got Shadow Strike. I think that's her name. And, you know, she obviously transforms into kind of into a car, or at least so you'd think. And so... You put the head up, you put the arms at the side, you put the feet together, and then you let's see, let's put the side panels up, and oh wait, no, here we're gonna, let's see, this chest thing is supposed to, there we go. So the chest thing goes up, and then the shoulders mesh with it. And then when you transform it, these things, these little thrusters pop out the back. And that's it. Yeah, that's what she does. It transforms into the car version of GoBot's scooter from the cartoon. It's almost car. It's car-most. It's these. Okay, so we got a transformer that turns into a jet with legs and kind of a feminine torso, and then another transformer that turns into almost a car except with a lady's upper body. you know, if you could remove the lady's upper body from this and combine it with the feminine torso from this, you'd have pretty much one woman and the vehicle bits of a car and a jet, but not. These are toys that you get to children that you hate. These are toys that you give to children that you want to see cry, because when they figure out that they don't actually transform into anything, they're going to be like, but it's supposed to be a jet, and it's not a jet. It's this. If I were a kid, you know, she would very quickly end up like that, and then probably end up with some kit bashing or something, and it would be ugly, because when I was a kid, I still altered my toys. I just wasn't very good at it, and so, you know, and that's at least kind of passable, even though, you know, you do have a little bit of robot crotch that's dragging on the ground, and that just seems uncomfortable. But this one, there's not a damn thing that I could do with that. I mean, there's, I can't get rid of her robotness. Yeah, maybe if you go this way, I don't. Who's responsible for this? This is not a Transformers toy. It doesn't transform. They should be called half-formers. Half-formers Cyberverse. Or half-formers Cyber... You see what I did there? I took off the other half. Because the name doesn't get... It's half a Transformer. It only gets half a name. So Ty Guy says, Jet with legs is the ideal female body. You may not like it, but that is what peak performance looks like. Oh, Ty Guy, you are going to get me in trouble. When you guys find out that the Retrobot channel got banned by YouTube, it's going to be because of the Jet with women's legs comment. A toast to Ty Guy. Yeah, I would donate these to a neighborhood child, but I like the neighborhood children too much. That's... Oh, Retrobot! You got Snowcat transformed! Good job! Here, let me see. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, so Retrobot transformed Snowcat, and he transforms into a Snowcat with a windshield wiper. I'm just going to point that out. So, yeah, here, take a look. So, that is Snowcat in his vehicle mode. And it's really cool. And it also has these ski things that fold out and can go underneath the treads, which seems like that would be bad, because, you know, that's the part that drives the vehicle. It also has little skis that can go underneath the front wheels, which are very cool. So they did so much cool stuff with this. I mean, there was a lot of love given to this toy for a G.I. Joe homage. I mean, that's pretty awesome. That is really awesome. He looks great. I really like this toy. I don't know why it's a Decepticon and not an Autobot, though. It really doesn't make sense. It doesn't even look like a Decepticon. I mean, it's white and purple. The only thing that makes it look Decepticon-y at all is the fact that it's got purple in it. So yeah. Oh, shoot! I said Snowcat like a dozen times. Oh, man. Retrobot, you got me. Retrobot got me. Okay, wait here. So, this one's for you, pal. You know, when we chose the word snow, I didn't expect it to be this effective. All right, so let's take a look at another Hasbro Selects. This is Bug Bite. Now, if you... Oh boy, that's pretty bright. Let me adjust the camera. Or adjust the lighting, rather. There we go. And maybe... Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so there we go. So this is Bug Bite. He is a straight-up retool of Cliff Jumper. And now, for those of you who remember, Bug Bite was a GoBot. He was a super GoBot that was yellow and turned into a Volkswagen Beetle. We can or we can't. It's up to you. Monica's just asking if we need to get the original Bug Bite. Later on, they did a reissue of a bunch of Gen 1 Transformers mini cars in different colors with GoBot names. They did Cosmos as Pathfinder. They did a white version of Bumblebee that they called Bug Bite. Of course, the problem is that Bug Bite was Bumblebee colored, so they can't recolor him yellow and black because he'd just look exactly like Bumblebee. This, of course, is the original Bug Bite, and he turns into a Volkswagen Beetle. Now I know that they're doing an Earthrise Bumblebee as a Volkswagen. I'm surprised that they didn't do this one as a recolor of that, but I don't know. But nonetheless, it is a recolor of Cliff Jumper. I love the colors. The white is nice and bright. The black is shiny. Okay, here's something that I would like to know. What is that symbol? I'm assuming it's like a GoBot's Renegade symbol, but I don't know for sure. And when I looked up Bug Bite on the Transformers wiki, it didn't say anything about this faction symbol. This guy hasn't been added to the Transformers wiki yet. So if anybody knows about that symbol, then I would like to know what it is. I'm assuming Renegade GoBot, but I don't know. So let's transform him. He is nice. I especially like the detail on the wheels. And now the one thing that I don't like about this mold is this. In order to transform him, you take the back part of the vehicle off. And it really, it just reveals robot hands. It's not like, oh, it looks like a Ute or like a little El Camino type thing or something. No, it just looks like a pair of robot hands. I guess he can still roll, but he's just obviously missing a big part. Let's see. So Kyoji says, I believe that's a mercenary symbol. Oh, I had forgotten that there is now a subgroup for mercenaries, of which Double Dealer is a part. Okay, so I'm not digging the mercenary symbol. Let's see. Oh, so Gajak says, as Python says, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. says Snow. Osaka Jack says Snow, buddy. Oh God. Really? This is very yummy. To Osaka Jack, who is working very hard to get me inebriated on this holiday. yeah, that's the end of number 3. Here, may I? Since I've... Woo! All right, so, you take off the back part of his, you know, pretty much the back 25% of the vehicle, and you just cast it aside. And then he's got, his transform is actually pretty tricky. As normal, it's trickier to get it into vehicle mode than it is to get it into car mode, because, jeez, it's trickier to get it into vehicle mode than it is to get it into robot mode, but we'll get it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to loosen up the arms here, disengage them from each other. There's also the front here, which we can separate. You know, we can just kind of get that to unclick, and we want to pull these down away from the hood, just like that. So there we go. And now we'll lift up the canopy for the car. And now let's go ahead. We're going to pull the arms out like this, and then we're going to pivot the legs. Now you see how the doors were snapped in there at the sides. So bending at the leg this way disengages the doors from there. And now we can take these whole panels here. You see how the arms are on these panels with the wheels? Well, we can bring them around to the side, and now we can take the legs, and with these panels out to the sides, now we can take the legs and bring them down to the bottom part of the robot. We can take these panels up here and put them up to the top, fold this panel down, and then close the roof of the vehicle against the chest of the robot. And notice he's got a straight up Bumblebee head. That is a 100% Bumblebee head. And I'm trying to remember if Cliff Jumper had a Bumblebee head or if he had a distinctive Cliff Jumper head. But I know that I know that I don't know what the heck I was going to say. I was going to say something about that, and I've lost it, probably because I've had a lot of those delicious orange creamsicle drinks. So we now have the feet here, and the feet do a thing. So we're going to take the wheels and we're going to fold them back this way, and then we're going to take the front hood right here from the front bumper, and you see there's that little hinge there, and that is going to tip up, and then this panel here, the door, is going to close around the back, and that's going to make a foot. And so let's go ahead and do that again. And I think I need to spin the wheel there. There's a little pin there that needs to go into the spoke of the wheel. And now we just pivot at the waist, and boom, he is Bug Bite. He came with the same weapon that Cliff Jumper came with, that long-range sniper rifle thing that he used to try to assassinate Megatron in the pilot episode of the Transformers Gen 1 cartoon, which is pretty cool. But oh, and then you can take this, and they've got like they've got a peg here which you can use so that he can hold it in his hand, and now he's got a shield, because apparently in the Transformers world, anytime you have an extra piece of car that doesn't go on your robot mode any other way, it's called a shield. That's it. It's a shield. You can tell by the tone of my voice that I am not really impressed with the use of this. He has a hole in the back. You can plug it in there, and so there, now it kind of integrates more into the robot mode, but you do have to remove it in order to get it there. You know, I once again, it's not that it's terrible, but it just seems like a lazy solution. We know from like the I guess it would have been the Titan Returns line, the Scout class vehicles there were beautifully engineered and were able to not only transform without having to take parts off, but have passenger compartments integrated into the transforms. And then we get to this line, and they can't even make a version of Cliff Jumper or Bumblebee that you don't have to remove 30% of the vehicle in order to get it from robot mode to vehicle and back. So, you know, that's... I know, I'm complaining about the same thing, but... doggone it, I just... I'm getting a message. I'm getting a message from my producer, once again. It may be some trick to make me say the word snow, which I just said. We'll get to that in a second. So, Collie D says... Transformers Wiki updated and now confirms that is the mercenary symbol. Oh, okay. Oh, and wait here. Also, his front wheels have snow skis. Yes, they do. They do have snow skis. What on earth am I looking at here? I kind of thought I was staring at an eyeball or something floating in that. All right. Yeah, that's good. And this is for the other times. Oh. All right. So that is Bug Bite. And so the version of Cliff Jumper has those water skis, and for the vehicle mode that attach. He absolutely does that. The problem that I have with that set of accessories is that if you want him to be in a land vehicle mode, it's very hard to store all those little bits on his vehicle mode in a place that isn't liable to fall off. And they're tiny, tiny, tiny little pieces. It's cool, but oh gosh, I wish that they were just built into the toy rather than being add-ons. Still very cool that they integrated it, but I'm picky about stuff like that, okay? I have a lot of toys. I lose stuff easily. And so... Uno más. This one is really cool. So this is Runabout. And, there we go. So... And now, granted, he is a straight-up repaint of Runamuck. I've got Runamuck around here, but at this point, he's buried by other Transformers toys. Oh, there he is. Okay, so yeah. I love this mold. It's really impressive. It's, it's just very nicely done. And the Runamuck version, or the Runabout version, is no less cool. I love the red windows. I love the color. He looks great. Now, he once again, well, actually, he's got a little bit of that same problem where in his car mode, because his head has a little detail on it, and it's underneath this, it pushes this out by just a little bit, and it's so close that it causes the front wheels not to actually contact the surface. So let's see. Both Osaka Jack and Mason Fur say it's definitely Kit. It really is. Now, see, I was thinking Car, because that's the evil version. Although Car had a yellow motif. You know, he had like an orange scan bar in the front and a yellow like talkie thing, which, by the way, did anybody ever notice how in the first season of Knight Rider, Kit's voice box was just a flashing red box? It was just a square that was red that would flash when he spoke. And then in later seasons, it turned to that graphic equalizer thing with the many LEDs that would get bigger and smaller. You know, it would, you know, kind of speak as he would speak. And then when, yes, okay. And then when they introduce Carr, he's supposedly the prototype that came before Kit, except that his voice box had an LED scrolling thing like the later version. Did anybody else notice that? And was anybody else bothered by that as a child? Nora Mermaid is here. Oh, Nora Mermaid! Well, welcome, Nora Mermaid. Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining us on Retrobot. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this is definitely Kit, and I feel like if they do a Knight Rider crossover, because they've done the Ghostbusters crossover, they've done the Back to the Future crossover, I could absolutely see them doing a Knight Rider crossover. Although, personally, I feel like with these crossovers, I would really love it if they made like the characters that went along with them, and if they could ride inside. I know that these are mostly retools of existing toys, and that's a lot to ask, but you know, like, wouldn't the Ecto-1 be great if it came with a Venkman and a stance that could ride in the front seat? Yeah, absolutely. So or, you know, if they repainted it, and there's no way you're getting a little Michael Knight in here. I mean, this is one of the most solid Transformers that they've done for this line. I mean, it is just every millimeter of space is taken up by robot bits in this toy. So let's go ahead and let's turn him into a robot. Even though I'll show the car mode just a little bit more, because it is pretty awesome looking. Yeah, it looks great. Love the colors. Love the mold. You know, and it seems like kind of an ambitious mold, because they've got a lot going on here. You can see that there's a lot going on in the front, but for whatever reason, I'm okay with it. I really like it, actually. It just adds to the visual complexity. And once again, the same thing that I said with Runamuck here is that for two characters that really got very, very little fanfare in the Gen 1 versions of the cartoon and the comic books, and well, actually, I don't think they even appeared in the cartoon, and did very little in the comics, and really haven't had much presence in the line before. They really went all out for these guys. You know, they did just beautiful, beautiful versions of them. And I'm very glad to have both of them. They're just excellent. So let's go ahead and turn this into a robot. And we're going to start by flexing the back. That's going to release this roof. And then we're going to pull the arms out from the side. So I'm getting a message. Kyoji says, in the episode Trust Doesn't Rust, had Peter Optimus Prime Cullen as the voice of Carr, but Kit versus Carr the message breaks off. Was my wife suddenly attacked by ninjas? Oh wait, no. Had Paul Frees as the voice. Oh! Huh! I did not know that Peter Cullen ever voiced Carr. Well, so Optimus Prime does have a dark side. So, alright, oh, is this another attempt to make me... I'm now watching these messages like a hawk, although it's not stopping me from falling for them. So, let's see. We got a message from Ty Guy. He asks, was there ever a crossover with Knight Rider and the helicopter version was Airwolf? Yeah. I have no helicopter toys to show. that was some good dancing. Thank you. So all right. So we pull the arms away from the side here. You can see it better from here, like that. And then we're gonna pull the legs out like that, and then we're gonna flip up the feet. And see, notice that they've added this extra wheel to kind of harken back to the Gen 1 days of these characters and their original design as battle chargers, where the Transform had the back wheels kind of fold up with a pull back feature, and it would cause them to charge forward, and then at some point they would snap up and turn into really just a folded up car with a robot head. I mean, let's be honest, it wasn't much of a transform, but you know, that was the gimmick. Now we're going to pull the hood of the vehicle forward, and that's going to expose the knee. And so the knee is on a double joint. Here, I'll show you with this one. So you see how the leg has a double joint in there, so that brings the knee up to the top there, and now we have robot feet like that, and then we pivot at the waist. And so you see he has the chest that looks like a car hood, but it's actually it's just a cosmetic car hood, because the actual car hood is back here. And then we're going to pull the arms down, and we can pull the fists out. Let's see. There's fists in here. There we go. So we flip the fists out like that and rotate them so that they face forward. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Pull the fist out, bend at the elbow, rotate it. And now we've got the hood. It's on another double hinge. You see how it moves there, and that's just going to close against that. Now we can open that cosmetic chest piece and grab the head. It's got a little indent that you can get with a fingernail to get the head to fold out. Now we close the chest, put the head up there, and now what you can do is you could put this all against the back like that and just give him a traditional robot mode, but the Gen 1 incarnation had the back hood of the car over the head. And so what I like to do is this, since this is on a double hinge, you can absolutely, there, you can do it like that, and that gives them a little bit more of that Gen 1 look. And I like that better. Yeah, I just think that it looks better. It gives them, you know, it holds the back kibble up higher. And, you know, this is something that Monica was talking about earlier when she was looking at this guy. And let's go ahead and put him on the other camera so that you can see his robot mode. And let me adjust the lighting again, because he is very dark. There we go. So So you look at this guy, and he is kind of quintessentially what Transformers are all about. Yeah, both he and Run Amok, because you know they're repaints of each other. Oh, and you can give him guns. It's important for him to have guns. It's funny, they did remold the guns. They are straight up repaints of each other, but the guns are different. So yeah, you look at this guy, and this is sort of what Transformers are all about. He's got a great robot mode, but he's also got visible car parts that integrate into that robot mode, and give him that character that says, yes, I am a warrior robot, but I've also got a vehicle mode, and that's integrated into my robot mode, and I like that, and I think that's one of the things that has always made Transformers so cool to me, is that aspect of reimagining the different parts, the different distinctive features of one thing, and turning them into something completely different, where a car hood becomes a chest and a fender becomes a shoulder. You know, where these things that are recognizable turn into something new and fascinating and sometimes deadly. I mean, that's cool. So Mazenfur is leaving, and Pop the Trunk Toys is here and says Merry Christmas. Well, first, Merry Christmas, Mazenfur. Thank you for joining us on Christmas. We are always so glad to have you, and have a wonderful new year. A toast to Mazenfur. And Pop the Trunk Toys, welcome! Thank you for joining us on Christmas. It's so good to see you. We are just looking at a bunch of the stuff. I got a lot of toys for Christmas, which is great that at this point in my life, I get toys for Christmas. So, to Pop the Trunk Toys. So, that is Runabout, partner and mold mate with Runamok. Two excellently done toys. And, you know, it's not just the mold. Yes, it's a good mold, but it's really well done in addition to a good mold. The colors are great. They pop. The quality is very, very nice. And notice that all of the black panels match. What a novel idea. Poor Trailbreaker. Kyoji says, I was distracted for a moment. Did Clay mention the holes on the shoulders to replicate the G1 weapons placement? You know what? I did not, but you are correct. So they did put 5mm holes in the tops of the shoulders, because the originals, they didn't really have arms. The arms were just little side panels that popped out, the same way as the throttle bots. It was the suggestion of arms. They certainly didn't move forward or anything like that. And so in order to have a gun, they had these guns that just clipped onto what the shoulder would be. And so what they've done with both of these guys is they have 5mm holes, so you can give them shoulder-mounted guns to complete the Gen 1 feel. Very good, Kyoji. I had forgotten to mention that, but you are correct. Ty Guy says, this is the first toy tonight where all the parts match. You know, you're right. Well, I guess Bug Bite, all of his parts matched, yes, but yeah, you know, poor Ironhide, poor Trailbreaker. I don't know what's going on, and I'm really, really curious. So, and you know, just so that you know, anybody from Hasbro that wants to reach out and answer these questions, you will be treated like a god by us. We will not bitch at you. Even if you say, yes, it was, wait, where is it? Okay. I lost Energon Ironhide, but even if you come to me and say, Energon Ironhide is my fault, I will still treat you with the utmost of respect and dignity. No, really? Because I want them to show up. So, so that is almost the last thing. I also got an upgrade kit, fists and feet, but you know, you've seen fists and feet before, so I'm not going to show that this time. So I got something else. This is the Paralax upgrade kit for Transformers Classics Optimus Prime. Now, I'm just going to show, wait here, so it turns into this. And it looks like that. I'm not even going to try to transform that right now. This is, yeah, we got, so this upgrade kit was apparently on sale. And I just happen to have a couple versions of Classics Optimus Prime, which is an excellent mold. It's you know, it's one of the best versions of Optimus Prime that's just a good, straightforward Optimus Prime turning into a truck. No trailer, no armor to combine with. It's just a really good truck mode with a really good robot mode with a nice transform that gets from one mode to the other. And then there's this upgrade kit, which essentially makes him twice as big. And it's crazy complicated. And I only just got this thing assembled and on here today. And I don't really know how to turn it back into a robot. I could probably try and figure it out. But I don't think that you want to watch, because it's going to be me him-hawing a lot and just tugging at stuff, and then pieces will snap off and I'll be like, oh. So we will probably...
Phrasing, boom! Inappropriate.
Tugging at stuff? Got it. So, and what's interesting about it is that there's... It covers like 60 to 70% of the original toy. So you don't, I mean, it could be anyone underneath the armor. It's pretty amazing how much this changes the identity of the figure. And so we'll talk about that sometime when I'm a little bit more practiced with him. Nonetheless, it's really, really cool, and I wanted to thank Monica for giving me this really, really awesome thing, because it looks great, and it really adds a lot to Prime here. So that is it. That is this bunch of stuff. We got a bunch of stuff, and now I got to show you the bunch of stuff. So thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you, Retrobot, for joining me on Christmas. I was very glad to spend Christmas with you, buddy. This is our first Christmas together. So a toast and a thank you to everyone who joined in on Christmas evening to look at toys and to just share the holiday together. And naming you by name, we've got a toast to Machiavellic. Oh, I just lost my apple. My apple went in there. And to Kyoji. And Joy. And Ty Guy. And Brick. Merry Christmas, Brick. And Collie D. And Mike Spicer. Merry Christmas, Michael Spicer. I will see you again someday. It'll happen. And Grayscale. And Colleen. Merry Christmas, Colleen. And Mason Fur. I'm always glad to see you, Mason Fur. Thank you for stopping by. Nature View. I miss you. And Josh. I miss you too. Tim Kangaroo. Tim Kangaroo. Captain Kangaroo. No, that's a different person. Toast to Tim Kangaroo. And Amanda. Of course, Amanda. Merry Christmas, Amanda. And Hope. And Connie and Nathan Fillion. Toast to both of you. See, I do it twice. And Cheeky Boy. And Chill. Thank you for stopping by, Chill. And Osaka Jack. Boy, I didn't realize we had this many people here. This is great. And Nora Mermaid. It's good to see you, Nora. Thank you for coming by. Merry Christmas. And Pop the Trunk Toys. Always glad to see you. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. So that is it. Have a wonderful Christmas. Have a happy New Year. We will see you. We're doing one for New Year's, right? And oh, that's the Princess Prom. Okay, so if you haven't already, please click the thumbs up and subscribe and click the notification bell and tell all your friends and family and people on our online forums that like toys and things to check us out and help us grow for 2021. Next week on Friday, New Year's. We are ringing in the new year with a Princess Prom. It's gonna be something. I don't even know exactly what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be the best. It's gonna be the best. And you're gonna be here, right? And I'm gonna be here. And my lovely wife, will you go to the prom with me? She had already said yes, so I didn't have to be nervous that time. Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful evening. And stay safe out there. Good night. And scream. And there's no more music, but I need to let the thing roll a little bit because, because YouTube will cut it off early if I don't. That's good. We'll have Retrobot move back and forth. This is a good cover. Thank you, everyone. If you're still tuned in, this is that special content that nobody else hears about. It's Christmas at Ground Zero. There's music in the air. The sleigh bells are ringing and the carolers are singing while the air raid sirens blare. It's Christmas at Ground Zero. The button has been pressed. The radio just let us know that this is